Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Hard Truth. I believe sometimes history repeats itself in negative ways because society continues to breed the same toxic environments that produce the chaos, or whatever the Arabic referred to as fauda. Okay? Think about copycat killers. Who would want to copy a serial killer or a mass murderer? Okay, well, that's another discussion. In part two, I proved that DM is directly involved in the Idaho 4 crime. And today I want to talk about MO and how I believe Brian Koberger really fits into all of this. Okay, so it's time to grab a coffee or a nice cup of tea as we begin our story. In episode 2, recall that DM statements were debunked. And based on the Paolillo case, the motive for the Idaho 4 case is drugs, money, and jealousy. Also, we established that the target was Kaylee. Okay, let's pick up from there. Let's have a quick look at these photos. The picture on the left is the most widely circulated since the Idaho 4 crimes were committed. Okay, this is the most realistic setting. Kaylee and Maddie are such close friends, they're almost morphed into one person. And we see Ethan and Xana together. All right, the picture on the left is Dylan's dynamic. She's right where she wants to be, which is in the middle of Maddie and Kaylee, right in between. Okay, what do you notice from these photos? Maybe something I haven't mentioned. I'll be looking to hear from you in the chat about this one. Kaylee came to see Maddie to show Maddie her new truck and to hang out with Maddie that weekend. Dylan is nowhere in this scene. Okay, I believe talks about robbing Kaylee or assaulting her to get information had already come up, maybe even before she moved out. And so Kaylee's return and her new truck about to graduate and didn't have time for Dylan was the perfect trigger. I believe Dylan let the killers in that night, which could have been a combination of Enan Harsh, Quinn Kelly, and Brian Koberger, or just Enan and Brian. And they were supposed to rob Kaylee at the very least. Okay, and this is the only way that I think Brian Koberger fits into this crime. And I'm going to show you what I mean. We already know that Enid's apartment is just a hand's toss away from the doorstep of 1122 King Road. Okay, and Dr. Thrifty has pretty much proven that Enid and Brian knew each other, and I'll provide another link to his commentaries. I believe Enid, Brian, and Quinn met up at Enid's apartment that night. No one drove to 1122 King Road. Nobody was driving around the neighborhood, watching the door, blah, blah. None of that happened. The three of them simply walked across the street to the house from Enid's apartment, and Dylan let them in. Okay? And I think Dylan was focused on robbing Kaylee and having her harmed in some way, roughed up, or even killed. But they killed everybody except Bethany, went back to Enid's apartment to shower, and left Dylan with the mess. And so she can't tell the police what happened, even though she got double crossed because she was involved. Moscow police never searched Enid's apartment and for blood, and well, he just moved out. Remember this report of group spotted walking in background of body cam video taking their crime scene at 3 a.m.? Remember that? Okay, well, that was 3 people. So, I mean, that fits my theory. Nobody was driving anything. Paparazzi said that the white car was a red herring. People still talking about a white Hyundai Elantra. They're sitting up there telling you it had nothing to do with it. Okay, well, okay, we know according to my theory that Dylan was double crossed. She let the intruders in to do one thing to serve her jealous purpose, but it turned into something else. Okay? And so my next big question is, out of this group of three, who left the knife sheath? Stay tuned for episode 4. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of The Hard Truth.